Lunari and the Whispering Tree. The stars blinked softly in the sky as the night wrapped the world in a gentle hush. In her little cottage at the edge of the starlit meadow, Lunari listened to the wind, wondering what stories it might carry tonight. A soft breeze brushed her cheek and she smiled. "Where shall we go this evening?" she whispered. That evening, a tug of curiosity stirred inside her, a quiet, fluttery feeling like a forgotten dream trying to be remembered. Lunari followed the wind through the meadow. The fireflies formed a glowing ribbon around her, dancing between tall grass and sleepy wildflowers. The air was cool and smelled of moss and moonlight. Soon she reached the edge of the forest, where the trees whispered to each other in rustling hushes. There, hidden beneath tangled vines and silver-tipped leaves, stood the Whispering Tree. She hadn't visited it in some time. Once it had been her favorite place to rest, to wander, to dream. Its wide, knotted trunk was strong and warm, and its branches reached high enough to almost touch the stars. But tonight, the tree looked tired. Its branches drooped like arms too weary to stretch. The bark was dull. The gentle humming sound it used to make, like a lullaby sung by the earth itself, was silent. Lunari stepped closer and placed her hand on its trunk. "Are you all right, old friend?" she asked gently. A faint rustle answered, then a whisper, barely there. "I have forgotten how to shine." Lunari frowned. "But you are the Whispering Tree. You carry starlight in your leaves." The tree sighed. "I watch the stars each night, but I don't feel their light inside me. I fear I've grown too old, too quiet. Maybe I'm not needed anymore." Lunari felt a tug in her heart. She had felt this before, on days when her light seemed hidden too. She looked down the path and considered going home to fetch her star pouch or her singing bowl, but then she stopped herself. "No," she thought, "this is a moment for stillness and presence, not tools." She made her first choice, to stay and listen. Lunari sat down under the tree's heavy branches. The forest was hushed, almost holding its breath. She closed her eyes and remembered the many nights she had curled up beneath its tree, listening to the whispers in its wood. "I used to come here when I was unsure," she said softly, "when I didn't know what to do or when I needed a place to feel okay." She smiled and looked up. "You gave me that. You never told me what to do. You just were, and that was enough." The tree didn't answer. Lunari reached into her pocket and pulled out a small moonberry, a glowing fruit she had picked earlier that evening. It was round and pale and pulsed gently in her hand. She placed it near the roots. "This is for you, a little reminder that you still glow." Still, the tree remained quiet. She then thought of something deeper, a time when she had felt dull inside, when she had lost belief in her own magic, and what had helped her then? It wasn't a spell, it wasn't a star, it was someone who simply said, I see you, you matter. So Lunari stood up and whispered those words now. I see you, whispering tree. You matter, you are not forgotten, and you are not alone. For a moment, just a moment, everything stayed still. Then a small tremble. A shimmer passed through the roots like a heartbeat, a rustle, like breath returning. Slowly, the leaves began to lift, just a little, and the bark grew warmer beneath her fingertips. The whispering tree spoke again, this time with a little more strength. You remembered me. Lunari smiled through misty eyes. You never stopped being magic, you just needed someone to remind you. The golden shimmer grew stronger, threading through the bark, swirling around the branches like soft ribbons of light. Fireflies returned, circling upward in quiet celebration. Even when I felt empty, the tree said, I was holding space for others, that still mattered. Yes, Lunari nodded, and now it's time you felt that light inside again. The tree gently opened one of its largest branches, forming a cradle of leaves. Lunari climbed in and curled up like a sleepy kitten. The tree held her with care, and together they glowed. The moon hung low now, casting a silvery path across the forest floor. Lunari yawned, her eyes fluttering. The tree's heartbeat hummed gently beneath her. The wind had quieted as if the whole night had taken a deep, peaceful breath. You are not alone anymore, Lunari whispered. And neither are you, the tree replied with a warm creak of joy. Wrapped in the light and leaves, Lunari drifted towards sleep, knowing the world was still full of wonder, even in its quietest corners. And my listeners, tonight's affirmation is, I shine with kindness, courage, and love, just as I am. Good night.